of the day. Next topic is Warner Bros. And so this, guys, I want to give you a quick heads up. This story is old, but it pertains to something that's going around in the news now. So this is really what we're talking about today. Did Jared Leto try and stop Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie? Now, to understand the context, we need to go back about a year. So September 2018, this came out. It says Warner Bros. Announces Jared Leto's Joker standalone movie. It says it looks like DCEU is about to get another solo film, but it will be about someone we know. According to a new report from Variety, Jared Leto's Joker is officially getting his own standalone movie. The film will launch a series of movies branching off from Suicide Squad, which we know is kind of being buried a little bit. It says, if Variety sources are correct, then Leto will star and executive produce this unnamed standalone. As of right now, plot details are being kept on the down low, but it seems Warner Bros. Wants to expand the world shown in Suicide Squad back in 2016. The supervillain flick may not have wowed critics, but fans were admittedly impressed with what the film showed of the Joker. Leto's casting for the role, it was a hot topic among the fandom, and his behind-the-scenes antics as the Joker went viral shortly before Suicide Squad went live. So it seems like Warner Bros. Is ready to bank on the future villain. We know, because we're reading this a year later, that this did not end up panning out. What happened was Warner Bros. Was undergoing major leadership changes. A lot of the old guard was being removed, fired. They were retiring. They were, doing all this stuff. The whole slate of people running the show back then has almost entirely since been removed or reallocated to different positions. And now we have Walter Hamada, who took over and is the sole leader of Warner Bros., which is great. And it's been working out really, really nicely. We've gotten a few good movies out of that. Aquaman, Shazam. Things are starting to look up. And we've got a lot of films that are coming out. Wonder Woman 84. There's a lot of projects that were confirmed that are kind of in the air because of this shift and change. But what happened back then was that they were already considering and contemplating a darker, more gritty Joker film. But what they didn't tell Leto was that they were not 100% sure that they wanted it to be inside the DCEU. This right here, this report says that it was supposed to be a branch off of Suicide Squad in the DCEU with Jared Leto, and that didn't end up happening. What we got was a separated Joaquin Phoenix Joker film, which a lot of people are really liking right now. I saw it myself. I thought it was really cool, really interesting, thought-provoking, and yeah, I would like to see another one of those, but Jared Leto got screwed. When Suicide Squad came out, all the marketing leading up was all about Joker. Joker was the villain. Joker was the main plot point of that film based on the trailers. And when the movie came out, they had removed a bunch of scenes with Jared Leto. A lot of it was left on the cutting room floor of the editing room. We never got to see that. Didn't make the Blu-ray, didn't make the extended cuts. There was only like one or two extended scenes that they left on the DVD for people to watch after the fact. Very, very upsetting for not only, I'm sure, Jared Leto, but for the fans too. Most people didn't like Jared. I would say if you talk to anybody, they usually say Jared Leto's Joker was not that good, or it was a disappointment. And if you dig down deep, you find why. It's because we were promised a lot of Joker. We were promised that he would be the villain. He was going to get the spotlight. We only got like less than 10 minutes of screen time for Jared Leto's Joker, which is very weird. That would be the entire... he got overshadowed by Enchantress of all people, and I thought that was really weird, and not the best move for the film. Even though I did enjoy the film, everyone was like, "What happened? We wanted more Joker," and so I would hope that they do follow up with this. But let's go ahead, and you can see he kind of got screwed. He was promised a lot. He was promised to be the main villain of the film, and he wasn't. Same with the fans. And it was this old leadership that would bend and bow to whatever Marvel was doing. They were like, "Oh, we don't want to suck, so let's change our entire strategy for this universe of films on a dime." So it was going to be Man of Steel 2, and now let's make it Batman vs Superman because Avengers. So like they would just change things willy-nilly, and that's not what Walter Hamada is going to do. So good news and bad news. But what we see here is now people are running with this. Did Jared Leto's Joker... Or did Jared Leto try to stop Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie? Now, to be fair, I'm sure that he probably at least questioned it. And I'll read this article because I believe context is going to be the key here. But it wasn't about him stopping Joaquin Phoenix from getting a Joker movie. I think it was just the fact that he was promised his own Joker movie, and all of a sudden someone else is starring in it, regardless of who it was. I think he was just like, Warner Brothers, what the heck? I have a contract. You contracted me to be the Joker. That's what we agreed. And so I think he was probably more or less upset, rightly so. But let's go ahead and just take a look. So, and you'll find a lot of these articles always take dumps on Jared Leto's Joker, but that's not going to be me. You're not going to find that here. So let's go ahead and just read through this. Suicide Squad star Jared Leto. They say star. He was in like less than 10 minutes. Suicide Squad star Jared Leto. He was supposed to be the star. Reportedly tried to get Joaquin Phoenix's Joker pulled. The Oscar winner played the DC Comics role in 2016 Suicide Squad, though was apparently left disappointed when Warner Bros. Moved ahead with the new Joker movie. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Leto complained to his agents, who also represented director Todd Phillips, and asked his music manager, Irving Azoff, to call the leader of Warner Bros. Parent company. The site reports that the plan was to get the studio to kill the project, though a Leto source has denied that the actor made the request. So this is interesting to note, guys. Whenever you see the Digital Spy that I'm getting this article from, they're saying one thing, and then they're also saying, but just please note that other sources have said that this wasn't the case. So you have to take this with a grain of salt. It doesn't mean that Jared Leto was like, no one else is getting a Joker movie but me, but he's probably saying, what the heck? You promised me a Joker movie, and now there's some other project you're working on without me. That right there is justified. I think that his frustration is more than justified, because think about this, guys. If you are a fry cook, right, and you make your work showing up at, let's say, Burger King, and you're a fry cook, right, and that's how you make your money, and you have the agreement, hey, I'm going to be the fry cook, I'm going to work here. You show up and your boss says, hey, yeah, we are going to need a fry cook today, and I know you're employed here, but this guy walked in off the street and we're giving him your job. What? Like, am I fired? No, you're not fired, but someone else is going to do your job. What the heck are you talking about? I need to make some money. Am I going to get paid? Well, no, you're not going to get paid because you're not working today. Wait, no, I'm working. I'm on the schedule. The schedule says I'm here. This is my contract. I'm employed by you. I'm supposed to get paid this rate for this much work. Why am I not working? Oh, because, we invited this guy in to do your job. What? Of course he would be upset. So that's what's happening to Jared Leto. Someone else has been brought in to do his job that he's been contracted to do ongoing. He contracted for multiple movies. He's got a multi-film deal. And that's something that he was very upset by, was that someone else was invited in to do his job that he was contracted to do. So, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, even if he did call in and say, look, I want you to kill that Joker film because you're violating our contract, that's justified. So even though I like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker and almost everyone's praising his role, I think Joaquin Phoenix crushed it. This is not against Joaquin Phoenix. It's against Warner Brothers for breaking contract, for saying, hey, and technically they haven't, because it's outside the DCEU. They're just doing him shady by allowing there to be more Jokers. And I say go for it. I say make more Joaquin Phoenix Joker movies if they can, and make more Jared Leto, and bring in another guy for the TV universes. Bring in another one for the Arrowverse. Bring in, have 20 Jokers at once, all doing multi-film, multi-show episode contracts, because that would be great. That'd be awesome. But I do think that he's getting screwed right now. I think that Jared Leto's getting screwed royally right now, and that's kind of what's happening. So it says here, Leto apparently thought that Warner Bros. Strung him along with the promise of a standalone movie for his Joker, which they did. We just saw that right here in the comicbook.com article. He was promised a standalone film, but it was by the old leadership, right? So a lot of this is like the old leadership getting kicked out. The new leadership has to fix everything and correct course so that stuff isn't just like, it's not like throwing paint at the wall and seeing what is going to stick there and where it lands and what's going to happen. Just to have a strategy, have something going on. That's why they created the DC Black label, so that there could be rated R Joker over here and DCEU can have Jared Leto over on this side. Now, the problem is they need to get these films made, but why then is Harley Quinn's movie, the Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, why then is that not including Jared Leto? That would be the perfect opportunity. Even if you were going to have him there and have her be like, get out of my face, you scumbag, you're not my pudding anymore. Why can't you, just love me, hug me back, treat me right. I do everything for you. And then he could be like, no, because I'm sick and sinister. Like you could do like the whole, like make him the super, super bad guy, even to her, and then have her get emancipated. You could have him there for even a few minutes just to show good faith that he deserves to be there. Now, we don't know for a fact that he's not in there. This could be one big surprise, and he might actually make the film, but he's not in the IMDb credit right now. He's not listed, and it doesn't make sense why they wouldn't credit him there, because we've already seen him in another film. It wouldn't be that big of a surprise. But it is a bummer for Jared Leto. So it says, while Leto last played the Clown Prince of Crime in 2016's movie, earlier this year he expressed interest in returning to the role while also discussing the upcoming Birds of Prey movie. He says, I would definitely play the Joker again. He said, it all depends on the script and the circumstances, as it always does. Basically this, that he loves the character. He wants to play more of the Joker. It's a fascinating role. Obviously, he loves playing really weird, quirky, often kinky types of roles. And that's the way that his Joker has been brought to life. But he's saying, as long as it's not a horrendous script or horrendous operating circumstances that he can actually, show up for and be there for, then yeah, he'd love to play the Joker again, including in the Birds of Prey movie, which it doesn't look like he's going to be in, even though it's in the DCEU continuity. So that sucks. Jared Leto's getting screwed, and the bottom line is the joke is on Leto. So that's all I had to say. I know that was a bit of a rant, took a bit of time there, but thank you for joining me on that long speech. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Do you want to see more of Jared Leto's Joker? Do you want to see more of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker? Do you want to see more of both? Is it okay that we have both, or does it have to be one or the other? Let me know what your thoughts down in the comments below. Can't wait to hear from you. Next up, we have Marvel's Cloak and Dagger is canceled by Freeform after 2 seasons. So this is really, really interesting, guys. Cloak and Dagger, I saw most of season 1. I almost finished it, but it was kind of hard for me to get on board with the show that was just like, it was so